Welcome to the Hunkered Down with Seth 50th episode Extravaganza. We're doing something very special for the first time ever in the history of this show. We are calling somebody for a second time. And of course, it has to be our first guest, one of my favorite people, one of your favorite people, amazing comic, and former Price is Right contestant, Mollica Sokhom. Mollica, Molly, Maul, we're back.
Sure, I'm here. Well, congratulations, Seth. You got like 50 people to talk to you during the lockdown.
I
So
know.
that's amazing. Good on
I'm
you.
I'm surprised myself.
And I'm doing it again
Yeah.
because
So
I'm having a hard time to talk to people during this time. So, you know,
yeah, you
I don't think so.
could do what I do and just bother people.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
It's easy to talk to people when you
I
force
have.
them to.
How you doing, Seth? You okay? Things okay?
Yeah,
Let's
just,
let's get it out.
well, I'm doing fine. I'm doing well. Just stuck here in Long Beach, California. Uh,
LBC.
yeah, but it's crazy. Like Long Beach and Orange County, or just LA County itself and Orange County, are completely different worlds right now because LA County is completely locked down. You'll see people very responsible. Everybody's wearing a mask. If you go to Orange
Yeah.
County, it is insane. Maybe when me and my
Is that
lady,
past? Is that past LA? Is
yeah,
that like okay? It's like the more south you get, the more crazies you get to, right? Is that? I think
yes,
that's how it goes. Like once you hit San Diego, you hit Craziesville. Like
exactly,
San Diego's the end, and they're loopy as hell down there. Yeah. Okay.
yeah, but it's like Orange County. When we went down there last weekend, I remember counting 4 people total wearing masks, and we saw at pretty much hundreds of people
What?
out.
Why? Oh, good lord. Good lord. Well, we just opened like what is the Hard Rock Casino at I think it's Yuba County, and I'm looking at they have the little news footage of everybody there. I'm like, yeah, those are the type of people who would just go hang out at the casino right now. The most vulnerable,
Yep,
the most vulnerable people
yeah,
hanging out at the casino. Oh my god,
exactly.
I didn't know this casino opened last year until my dad told me. Of course they would know. Um, and it's like, oh, you want to go and
But,
try to win some money or die. It's
or both.
or both. Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah, I'm keeping my gambling to Mega Millions.
That's right.
Just go to the
Yeah.
corner store, pick up a $2 ticket, tell the nice lady behind the counter that if I win, she gets a car, and just wait.
this is this is the this is what my dad does too. He goes and he usually he gets a ticket. He gets a scratcher or something, man. After he goes and gets his coffee and he goes walks around. Well, listen, I have a lot of dad stories, so
Yeah,
that's pretty much it's all I know right now. It's dad, mom. I
yeah.
live at home with my parents, and that's how it goes.
Yeah. How about the little guy? How's the nephew doing?
Oh, he's cool. Yeah, he's cool. He gets it. He enjoys life, riding his bike, pretty much having a childhood. Yeah, he's good.
Man,
Um,
that's how
and
he's like
growing
12,
and
right?
fat, growing fast. Yeah, it feels like it. No, he's 9. He's
9.
9. His name is Brett,
Yep.
named after Brett Favre. What do you know? Uh,
Right. Your brother's a Vikings
I think
fan?
it was the year the Green. No, it was the year Green Bay I don't even know what that means. Are you making a joke? I have no idea. But it was the Green Bay Packers who won the Super Bowl that year. He was born, and they named him after the quarterback. I think Brett Favre, right? And I think at that time wasn't he like sending dick pics or something to like a woman that
Yeah.
he was cheating on with? Yeah, exactly.
I
What
want
the hell is going on?
I want to get the timeline because I know exact. So this was 2011, correct?
I'm assuming.
The Packers did win the Super Bowl.
Yes.
However,
When
Aaron
yeah.
Rodgers was the starting quarterback in that Super Bowl, not Brett Favre.
Oh,
I think
damn.
Brett was out the league by 2 years. So
But when did the scandal happen? When did the dick pic scandal happen? That's what I want to know.
2008 or 9.
Oh, they done fucked up.
Yeah.
They done. they. What is my brother thinking? Good lord, they done fucked up. Oh lordy.
Well, the important thing is you could just call him Sweetie.
Yeah. Hey, you.
Hey, hey, Tiger. Hey.
Oh, rascal.
Yeah.
He's the best though. He's really smart, of course, and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
He knows more than everybody in the house when he shows up.
Yep. It's the exact opposite for my nieces. So they're cute. They're fun, but when it comes to the IQ, they're being homeschooled right now because of the quarantine, and I decided, help out. I'll FaceTime and help substitute teach a class. By the end of it, I'm just saying, let's cash in the college fund and send them to trade school. You know, is
Totally.
is 6 too young to teach welding?
Not at all, man.
No.
Everybody should be a tradie at this point. You know?
Yeah.
That's where the work is. Essential.
Yeah. I'm just telling her how to marry rich now.
There you go. There you go. I swear, talking to my nephews is probably how my parents feel talking to me. You know, it's constantly like a teaching lesson to the adult.
Yeah.
To the grown up. So he's telling me, I'm doing stuff wrong. It's just like me doing like my Facebook tutorials with my dad. We just found out that we have a mutual friend that's a Trump supporter.
Uh-oh.
And I didn't know how, like, I know my dad's on the same side, right, as me, right? He's cool, he's backing up. Well, we believe the same thing, okay?
Yep.
And we found out a family friend's husband is a Trump fan. Has no reason to be at all. And he posts all kinds of shit on Facebook. And my dad, every time he sees his posts, just starts freaking out on him. He's yelling at the phone, like, what is this shit, man? What? He keeps posting shit like this, the same fucking crap every damn day. And I said, Dad, you should give him an angry face. Oh, no, I can't do that. I can't do that. And then, he wants to learn the etiquette. He wants to learn the Facebook etiquette. Always asks me, oh my gosh, I accidentally, added somebody as a friend that had friend requested him, right?
Yeah.
My dad's freaking out. He's like, oh, I don't know what to do. And I was like, you can unfriend them. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Sorry, Dad, but he doesn't want to piss off anybody and make anybody mad. But he talks a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Some friends. Yeah.
I mean,
he's like, man, this guy's always posting pictures of flowers every goddamn day. Flowers. I'm like, Dad, let him show some love to the world right now. Send out happy things. He's like, nah, flowers, same thing. It's great.
No, yeah. Unfortunately, I do have a Fox News dad, so he's.
Do you have interesting conversations?
I tend to change the subject.
Stay away.
He'll be like, the worst. He'll say things like, the worst thing we did was destroy the middle class. I was like, Dad, we're middle class. You're not one of them. You're one of us. So.
Yeah, you best cut that short. That's it. That's
Yeah.
all I can take. You know, as soon as things get ugly and, you know,
Yeah.
something in politics, it's even with my parents too, you know, they don't understand a lot of things and stuff, and I'm trying to explain to them.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then once I know, nah, I'm out of it. We're getting out before it gets crazy.
Yeah. How is let's talk about the getting out. How you keeping sane? Are you getting out? You being active?
I, you know what? I have a job. I was a lucky one to have a job. I don't like to, you know, just, put it out there, but I was lucky enough to have a job during this shelter in place. But unfortunately, I do go in every day into the office. There's not a lot of people in the office, but it is, it is what it is, and it's helping me out during this time. So,
Yep.
yeah,
People do need their
I
cake
guess I'm
decorations.
essential.
So you go in there, you make those cake decorations, and you not even a cake, just the decorations, like the little letters you put on Happy Birthday, Aaron, that
Yes,
sort of stuff.
yes, yeah. In, but with sprinkles, like
Oh,
I'm actually just, and this is so not true. Okay, I
yeah,
don't want any people thinking I'm actually working at a freaking bakery. Um, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I gotta have a government job. Government jobs are just crazy, right?
yep,
It's just crazy. And then I worked for Berkeley. I work for the city of Berkeley, and it's just this is full on. I love Berkeley though. I love Berkeley. I mean, it's berserkly. It's berserkly for a reason. There's every excuse of weirdness that happens in the day, and we just say it's Berkeley.
yeah. It
Yeah,
it's the city that's jealous of Temecula for some reason.
really.
I mean,
I don't know. Are you throwing out stuff? Are they? Is that
I could just imagine just some Berkeley mayor staring outside his windows, hands on hips, going, "Those Temecula guys think they're so, they're hot stuff. Well, we'll show them. Us Berkeley folk do have our traits that are semi likable." I'm not privy. That's what I imagine the mayor of Berkeley
Oh,
does. I mean, that was
I don't know.
sexist of me to even assume the mayor's a man.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Um, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know who the mayor is. I have no idea who the mayor is. I don't know.
You're
I don't care.
you don't know your boss?
Yeah. Uh, I know my boss, Sis.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good time. Good time. Yeah, I've had a few people complaining, right? Yelling at me over the phone. Very emotional times for everybody. I'm like kind of the customer rep, right? I gotta listen to the problems. They just need somebody to listen to them vent.
Yeah.
They're staying at home. All they do is see, process, and things happening outside of their home, and they don't understand why, and they freak out, and they're emotional, and they're anxious, and they're angry, and they just want to let me have it because I am the one who apparently makes decisions. I'm not, but they like to share that with me, to
Yeah.
pass it on, and in the end, you just gotta say, oh, thank you for sharing. I understand, right?
Yep. I will get this.
I would be in the same boat.
Yeah, definitely.
Uh,
You look outside and you're used to seeing swan boats in your pond, and you wonder if, does the city run it or is it a private company? So they call to complain to you about that.
it's exactly that. That is exactly that.
And it's not
Trees,
it's not to
trees,
complain
trees.
about
No.
the
Oh,
swan
because you know
boats.
why? Oh, you know why? You know why? That they always start off with, this is not a complaint. You know,
Yeah.
it's that same kind of thing. Oh, I just want to say that I'm not complaining, but, oh, I'm not a racist, but,
No.
I'm not a, this, but.
What you never get
Yeah.
is I
But,
am complaining, but that street sweeper really does his job. you know. That'd be a fun
Uh,
call.
it would be. No, I get my joys out of listening to a few of these calls. You know. Yeah, my favorite is listening to white people complain about other white people. That is
Of course it is.
is my favorite. It's my favorite thing. Except that one happened this morning, right at 7:45 a.m. My day, had just started, and it was one of those very emotional calls.
Gotcha.
Ooh, you know.
All you gotta do is active listen
Okay.
and tell them the steps, and you're good.
Yeah, yeah. That's it. That's all you can do. Hey, lucky me, I got a job.
Yeah.
Hallelujah. So what are you gonna do when when do things start? Is things are easing into? I think kids are like they're well like kind of on a summer, right? Do they have a holiday or do they go back to school? I have no idea.
I know Monday's Memorial Day, and it's a case by case basis, but in California and Wisconsin and Washington, the three states I know about, uh, kids are school's not going back into session until at least fall,
Mm,
and
yeah,
there's a lot of questions of that even. So,
yeah, yeah.
but
I don't know. I should ask some of my friends who have kids. They know what's up.
don't you live with a kid
They know what's up.
currently?
No, I don't.
Oh,
Yeah, just kind of hangs out here sometimes. Although he should.
yeah.
We're breaking the rules. Um, yeah.
Hmm.
Hey, comedy clubs are opened in New Zealand.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Eh,
like one of the owners of pretty much the comedy club in Auckland had opened. He did a show on Thursday night, and he did their whole little space now and stuff. But it was a sold out show.
nice.
you know, and I was like so jealous.
Yeah,
Like
seriously.
just like God, I really miss that. That was my home club in Auckland. And then coming here is just like, oh man, this is rough.
Yeah,
I don't know what's gonna. You know what? I'm scared when things do get back to normal, and then comedy's back. What happens then? It's like everybody's gonna, freaking jump on anything, sets, and trying to produce a million shows, and getting venues, or I don't know. I don't. That's what I'm thinking, but
yeah,
it could be completely different than all of that. Like maybe nothing comes back, or
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah. I'm excited
Because a lot of
because
these, well, thanks. Sorry, Seth, go ahead.
oh yeah. Well, my point is I'm excited because at least in LA, all the people who moved here, who were just hustling and doing a lot of the gigs and the little things, they moved back home because they had pretty much lost their jobs because most of it was they were waiters and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
when comedy resumes in LA, at least, I think there's just going to be a lot of spaces open, a lot of opportunities for me personally, since I'm still down here, to jump on stage and take all those people's time.
Mm, mm.
So
Good point. Yeah, good point. I mean, there's a few people who are still out in LA there doing their
yeah,
thing from the Bay.
yeah. But instead of 40 people signing up from open mic, I'm thinking maybe there'll be 25.
Oh my God. Oh, do I have to do all that over again? We never had that kind of like, open mic. We signed up 30 people on the list. We don't do that in New Zealand. Now, of course, well, there's not enough comics, but every open mic is kind of a pre-register type thing anyway. And the ones that are come up sign up, there's just enough comics who come up and sign up.
Yeah,
10 or 6 or 8, you know.
yeah. I remember when I first started. This is in Seattle way back. Um, if we got to 20 comics in one open mic, we would have considered that busy. And like
Yeah.
10 years later, they got 60 people signing up, and they consider that light.
Good Lord. Like what? Underground?
Yep.
Wow.
This is how crazy it was. And this was after I stopped managing there. They used to have the bump list. The people who didn't get up, they would have got up the next night or the following week. It got
And
it
they would
got to
get
the
bumped.
point, yeah, where the bump list got so busy that they had to get rid of the bump list just because they were pretty much booking the next two open mics from one bump list.
How do you do it? How does it work then?
Well,
Like, don't.
there's two ways to do it. One, you'd be like me, where you know enough people and you be a good enough where the term bump list doesn't apply to you.
Well, yeah. Well, yes, I get that, but is it still going to be first come first serve, or you kind of being a little bit more choosy and picky about who you put on, or what?
Well, the art of the open mic is always a delicate one. You'd have to get the guys who are the working comics up, and that's about 10 to 15 spots. And then you just do a lottery and you try to remember who you put on the previous week.
Yeah.
So, open mics. I am glad I never have to
Yeah,
run
open
one
mics.
ever again. I
I
am,
was, I was just thinking of that. I was like, go ahead.
yeah, I am done producing open mics. I am done you know, running. I mean, running the show's easy, so if it requires less than 8 comics, I'm happy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I miss producing, so I hope to do that when things get going again.
Yeah.
There's also venue hunting. It's a good time to research to see what bars are still open, what
And
bars have closed. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
yeah, I'm very curious of what's going to happen there because the
Mhm.
bars that will still be open, they might be starving for entertainment. However, the producers might be so much competition with these producers coming in.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
bars might say, "You pay us, and we'll have you do a show."
It, it could get that way. Well, you're gonna, in a way, you're what the bar you mean,
Yeah.
or yeah,
So,
yeah,
and things are
yeah.
bleak. What's happy in your life?
What's happy? Hmm.
Still,
I don't know. I'm not uh like miserable like I was before.
yeah,
Like I was really down. Just I think things are. I feel a little better because I don't want to dwell on it, and I think it was me constantly watching and listening to the news was making me go crazy, which I still do.
yeah,
But I wasn't. I wasn't. I'm not just like thinking about it constantly or going to bed thinking about it. I'm just kind of chilling out. Taking some of that holy basil leaf, whatever those things. No, I haven't started those yet, but I will.
yeah.
you know, let's practice some healthy uh, routines in the morning. Do some exercise and all that crap. Yeah, and
That's
stop
cool.
eating a million cookies when I get home. Yeah, I'm doing a lot better, man. I'm trying. I'm trying. Also in my head, I'm still thinking, well, shit, summer's gonna come up. It's happening now, and I still think that I want to be fit when I do take that walk with my mask around. You know,
Yeah.
like I want to look good.
If not for
Yeah,
everybody else, for yourself. You look good, you feel
for
good.
myself. Exactly.
That's
So,
my sister's a cosmetologist, and she says, she guarantees that you'll feel sexier after her haircut for two reasons. One, um, she's that good, and two, she. It's like people look at it themselves and be like, "Yeah, I guess I'm sexier. Thanks."
okay, okay.
So,
Wait, okay. Okay, okay.
but yeah, just get your confidence up, and And also know this. This is a bit blunt, but doesn't matter what kind of woman you are. There's always going to be a man out there who will triple look when you pass. Unfortunately. So,
Unfortunately.
but be like, I'm not saying they're creepy. They're just like they walk by and
Right.
say, "Oh,
Right.
that's my type," and just
I
keep
got you.
walking and
I
mind
got you,
their own
Seth.
business.
Yeah, I got you. I know. I know.
I mean, I obviously
Well,
don't because I already got my type.
I hear you. Yeah. I think people are just getting, like, they're just thirsty. People are thirsty right now. They
Oh
want human
God,
contact.
yeah.
Like, and, and I'm like, I can't wait. Like, I can't wait after this. I'm totally going to have a complete stranger touch me. That's
Like
like
a
a massage.
yeah,
Yeah.
in a
Like a massage.
professional setting.
And also touch me. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah. Fuck.
I
It's crazy. Like people are like freaking Zoom dating, Seth. Like Zoom dates are happening. Like, I can't even do a Zoom show. Like what?
seriously. What I what I would do is since you have an income, this is what I highly suggest. Take your half your money and invest in Tinder because as soon as the quarantine is lifted, that thing's gonna
Oh,
explode.
totally, totally.
You know.
Oh, Tinder, man, even more now. I think there's this. One of my friends, Sandy Stick. She's the morning host of 101.3 here. I love her. Sandy and Marcus, and they do this like radio little segment called Second Dates. And it's just so good. And I'm listening to this while I'm driving on the freeway, it's set at like 6:30 in the morning, listening to them and stuff, like 7 o'clock or something. And it's basically, people have been ghosted after their Zoom dates, and they want to find out, hey, I really liked you, but what happened? Can we still go out? And they talk. They talk it out in the date. Someone's like, oh, he was kind of weird and all that stuff. And one, like first of all, the guys are always the weird ones. They're always doing the weird shit,
Yeah,
and they're just not aware. It's always the dudes. And
definitely.
apparently, one guy was really, yeah, like just like wanting to take off his clothes and all
What?
kinds of stuff. Just like, dude,
I know,
cool it, man.
third date.
Take
Come
it
on.
easy. Jesus, third date, third Zoom date. You can take off a shirt. Come on.
Yeah, you know.
It's just the weirdest thing. And then there was um one couple, well not a couple, but they had met in person in the line of a Target, but they were 6 feet apart, and they were both wearing masks. But they felt like, oh, there's some kind of attraction there. Everybody had nice eyes and looking kind of cute, blah blah blah. And then apparently, so she sees him without the mask on, and apparently it's just very, you know,
Oh
she
no.
was kind of, yeah, she was like, so his teeth, it was all teeth, basically.
All teeth.
Just all teeth.
I mean, I was gonna
And I'm
guess
like,
no
what?
teeth, but
No
all
teeth,
teeth.
right? All, just too much of it, like just all the teeth. Just coming out, protruding, and all this stuff. She said, I really don't want to seem shallow, but, and she felt so bad. And then the guys are always, um, they're, they're, they're freaking out. They're just like, very defensive because of all these women are saying, just being honest, and telling what the issue was. And they just don't get it. Why is that? These boys just don't get it. And they want to fight and they want to argue. Oh, well, you weren't cute anyway.
Well,
What? How do you leave a conversation? You are an adult.
yeah.
Grow the hell up. What?
I mean, I would love to do a Zoom date because if I get bored, I could sort of play video games on the side. But But yeah,
We
with
gotta look eye to eye, Seth. Eye to eye.
I know, but
It's not. Yeah. Yeah. It would be pretty. You gotta be doing something, at the same time.
yeah,
Unless you really got that connection going, which I'm like, okay.
yeah.
Everybody's all trying to be cute and doing, things with, like, they're having their wine or they're cooking dinner and they're sharing their dishes. And I'm like, what is this? This is what our life has become. Goodness.
Well, I will say I have been watching this show called Terrace Park on Netflix, and here's the here's the sum of it. Uh, three Japanese guys, three Japanese women live together, and they're all in the fuckability range, the libido range, 19 to 31, and but it's Japanese, so it's quirky, it's quirky to Americans. It's just watching this, it's just like, wow, that's. Anyway, so in this, there's this one 19-year-old guy who basically just got out of high school, and he's doing the stuff that you were describing that these guys do. They get really defensive, and that's just because they think they're still in high school trying to impress people. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Hold
say
on. Is this show like worth this? Is this show worth it? Like, do I want to watch this show? I'm not interested.
Terrace Park.
Yeah.
Yes, I've
Yeah. Me
highly.
too.
It's very bingeable. In fact, I'm ticked off at my lady because she wants to watch it with me, and I'm like, no, I want to get through all these episodes.
Well, she's like, I can only do 2 a night.
This is one I could easily do 4 or 5. It's Terrace Park.
Wow.
It's really it's funny because the season we're watching, there's like remember Walking Dead had Talking Dead?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, imagine that it's Talking Dead first, and then they show Walking Dead, and then there's like a little ad break, and then it's the Talking Dead again, talking about what happened in the first half, and then the Walking. That's sort of the layout of the show. People criticizing the show, segment by
Weird.
segment.
That's weird. Okay. I gotta check this out. I gotta check this out.
Yeah, I mean, what else are you gonna do?
I mean, yeah, of course. And I thought I clocked Netflix. Like, I thought I checked out everything. I'm discovering new series.
Yeah.
Just got into what is it, the Altered Carbon? Yeah, I'm on
Yeah,
that. I finished.
I've seen it
Yeah.
on my Netflix. I never checked it out.
Yeah, a lot of action, a lot of nudity, a lot of weirdness. It's good. I like it.
Oh, well, you had me at action. What, you thought I was going to say nudity?
Plenty. No.
Oh, good.
Not at all.
Of course, yeah. I mean, the last thing I literally watched on Netflix other than Terrace Park was Bloodsport. So I'm a guy who loves my action.
Yeah.
All right, so
Me too.
yep, rounding third, coming home to wrap this 50th spectacular episode with the best guest, one of the 50 best guests I've ever had on my show.
I'll believe that, sure.
So let me ask you this, Molly. When we were speaking previously, you mentioned that you were considering either moving back to New Zealand or even moving to Long Beach down here, which would be awesome, or just staying put. Where are you leaning towards? Big exclusive story here, guys.
Definitely saving my money. Staying here, investing in Tinder.
Yeah. I'm telling you, that is going to...
You made it happen. It's going to happen.
It's going to overtake Amazon as the biggest thing, to benefit from the pandemic.
Also, I got plans in my head about producing this whole new dating show thing, dating game, speed dating, event, comedy, stand-up, games, party. I'm going to do this. So that's my goal this year, and I'm going to stick it out. And stick it out here for a little bit.
Yep.
And hopefully it doesn't completely go to shit.
Nope.
Yeah.
Until you find that
And if it does,
Mr. Right through Zoom or customer service. That'd be funny for you if
that would be amazing.
if the lucky gentleman who eventually lives with you for the rest of your life, if you guys met when he called to complain about another white person through Berkeley.
Oh, yes. Oh my god. I want it to happen. I want it to happen, Seth.
Well, I put it out there in the universe, so I think it's going to.
I think so.
Yeah.
Just secret the hell out of that. I want that to happen.
Yeah.
I think of it, it's gonna happen.
It will.
All right, Seth. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, thanks for being around.
Yeah, totally. Definitely gotta go to LBC
Yeah.
and visit you guys over there. So.
Oh, for sure. And
it's also on my to-do thing.
Yep, and tell your dad that I'm rooting for him to win Mega Millions.
Yeah, me too.
Definitely. All right, well, that's been Hunkered Down with Seth. Thanks, guys.